Hey guys, welcome to the Hmongipino Podcast, bringing you love, culture, and having fun to your life. I'm Danga.
I'm Impact.
And welcome to our channel.
Welcome everyone. Obviously, always we want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Boundless Goodz. New and used good. They provide lots of cool stuff, so check it out. All the information is in our bio. And last but not least, obviously, shout out to the one and only djdangadang. Right?
djdangadang.
Yeah. So
yeah. Well, the Soundcloud, and then
yes. Check out the SoundCloud. Yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah, check out her SoundCloud. I'm not trying to say too much about it because we're gonna go straight into what we're talking about today, which is djdangadang. But before we go into that, Bobby, how you doing?
Doing great today. I came back from Joshua Tree, had a nice little getaway with my BFF, and I started physical therapy today and had my first session, which was good.
Awesome.
Excited to work with Cal State Long Beach again.
Cal State Long Beach 49ers.
Okay, how you doing, bub?
I'm doing good. I'm happy you're home and just took a lot of time to clean up stuff around the house. So yeah, I mean, I'm doing okay. I'm excited for today's episode because last episode, if you watch and you tune in already, that episode was about our first sponsors, Boundless Goodz.
Yeah.
And this one here,
Michael's
online
store
on eBay. Make sure you check out again. But today we're talking about you, Bubba.
Yeah,
DJ
it's all me. It's all me today.
Yeah.
Ooh, this one makes me nervous now. I'm on the hot seat.
You're on the hot seat.
Okay, I'm
The
ready.
good seat.
Well, now I get to reflect on my DJ journey because this was my the next chapter.
Yeah.
After my dance career,
Okay.
after MS, it's
okay.
kind of nice. Okay, right. I'm ready.
Since I'm going to ask you the question, yeah. I mean, you're already talking about that, but like, why did you start DJing and like, how, like,
Why did I get?
Yeah, why did you start DJing? Let's start with that.
Okay, well, so I used to be a dancer, danced my whole life. Was diagnosed with MS and had to stop dancing, and I had to. It's hard going from something you've been doing for such a long time and having to stop that. You have all this creative energy, don't know what to do with it, and so I tried DJing. Of course, DJing is part of the hip hop elements, and working with Culture Shock and all the hip hop organizations.
Culture Shock.
Oh dang, Culture Shock!
Shout out to Culture Shock. 30th year anniversary. I had a good time recently too.
Yeah, so working with Culture Shock.
But yeah,
Culture Shock and Versatile. You learn about the hip hop and hip hop elements, and of course, I've explored the dancing part of it. And because I had to stop, I looked into the other outlets of expression. I tried graffiti art. I'm not really good with that. I like to do stick figures. That's really as far as my artistic side goes with that.
One of the best figure ever.
Yeah. And then I tried, of course, the MC lyricist part, and I struggle with like communicating vocally or writing, so I wasn't really strong with that side. So then I tried beatboxing a little bit. I was able to beatbox with my kids, but it was very like basic. And then so I tried DJing, and of course that's like one of a big element too. And I played around. I bought like a new Mark controller, which is like so basic. It wasn't turntables or anything. But yeah, I think I had like my first experience with playing music for others when we did Freestyle Fridays.
Oh yeah.
And I was able, it was like an open session for dancers to come together and session, and I wasn't dancing at the time, but I was playing music for everyone. So I would play other people's mixes and see how people react to them, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of like DJing, but not really. I'm just like pressing play button. Yeah, but it's still like trying to understand your
Reading the
audience,
crowd.
and and then seeing new music to share with them. There was like a breaking day and then like a funk day. So I was able to find mixes or things to play for them, and that's like kind of like my intro into DJing. And then like I bought like the basic Newmark controller. I wanted to expand more on it, so then I took a class at Scratch Academy. I think I like Googled.
That's how you really like dive into the like learning the techniques, I guess, right? The basics and foundation. But I guess before you go there, like, did you know that you wanted to still do something within the hip hop culture, or like the hip hop 4 elements, compared to maybe like I don't know, let's say being an actor.
I tried everything. Yeah,
you did. Oh,
so
I wasn't sure.
no, here
I wasn't sure. It was just something like I'm still gonna keep my artistic self still heavily dedicated to the hip hop culture.
Well, when I stopped dancing, I was like kind of like depressed because I had to like change my whole lifestyle, and I was diving into the unknown. I didn't know what I was gonna do, and so people kept telling me to try to find joy, like you tell me. Yes. Find something that you love to do. That's important. I tried everything. I mean, like I tried all the other elements. I tried crocheting. I tried different art things. I tried yoga, and just like trying to do other things that I could find joy in. I think DJing was the one that felt closest to dancing. I think that's why I loved it so much, because you're basically dancing but with your hands.
So when you mean joy, can you elaborate on that a little bit? Like, because everyone joy is sometime when you discover joy is like, it's happiness. But is it like a meditative form of, I guess, emotion that you discover, or like, flow state? Is it like flow state is part of joy? Or, I guess that's what I'm curious about.
Yeah,
is it
definitely
just getting to a point where you find something that is like flow state? And if you know what flow state is, I don't know exactly the term, but it's pretty much when you're just in sync with whatever it is, and you're doing it because of joy too, right? I hope I'm using it correctly, but flow state. And is that something that you discovered through DJing? And well, I know you probably discovered that through dancing, performing, and teaching. Yeah. But is that similar to what you discover through DJing?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's in a way where I think when you try new things, you want to be able to be good at it a little bit, and then find joy of getting lost in it. Yeah. So when I was going through different art forms and not being good at it, it didn't stick. So then when I touched on DJing, I was a little bit good at it because I had the experience with music. Yeah. And I was able to translate it to the DJ turntable. So I was able to find that joy and also get lost in it somehow. Like, it was like reconnecting back again, like things that I remembered through dance.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's why I loved it and I was excited for it.
I totally understand that, because I'm not great at DJing, but I'm your student. And I dabble too. And so there's times where I do get lost, and all of a sudden I'm DJing for 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, wow, 30 minutes already passed. Yeah. So I hear you on that.
Yeah. And then also when I was dancing, I loved that I was able to get lost in it, right? So then I remembered when I used to move before I moved to my favorite music, all the hip hop songs that I grew up with, I loved it. Then when I was diagnosed with MS, my connection to those songs switched because I didn't like what I was looking at in the mirror. It wasn't the dance moves I had in my head didn't show in person, and then it made me not like the music and hate it in a way where it's like it's kind of like in and out when sadness touched everything and made everything sad, kind of switched my memories of it, and I didn't like it. And then so when I found DJing, it was a way to listen to music in a different perspective. So I'm like reintroducing myself to that music again and finding love for it again, falling in love with it again. And
I hear you.
Yeah, so
that kind of almost teared me up. Gave me some, I guess it's just, you know, like for me, even though I'm there with you majority of the time, I still don't know how it feels, right? So hearing that just kind of make me think of how you were during that time. And one is obviously I can't help you all the time, like, you know, to get through that dark time. But you know, it just brought back some memories. So anyway, okay, so keep it on the subject. So you decided to dabble into DJing, and then you mentioned about Scratch DJ Academy, I believe. Is it considered Los Angeles Scratch DJ Academy, or is it okay?
Scratch LA.
Scratch LA. There we go. Scratch LA. So you decided to invest into this new craft of yours, and you went to take classes there, right?
Yeah,
I know you did. Can you explain a little more how was that process? What you learned from it that you know you still carry on with you today, and just elaborate more about your experience on that.
So when I first wanted to do DJing, I googled DJ classes, and Scratch LA was one of the first things that popped up, which was great. When I went there, they usually have like different classes, and then they have the year-long programs. But when I joined, they did a program that was accelerated. So it was the whole curriculum condensed down into 3 months.
3 months.
So I was like, I'll just do it, just learn as
much as I can.
How long
is the curriculum usually?
It's like a year or 2 years. It depends on what program.
Yeah.
So they're like, we're gonna try this accelerated program.
This is the first time.
Yeah, it was the first and last time. Because I don't know how, if it was successful or it I don't know, but that was the last one. Maybe they needed to learn like how to fix it, but I think maybe people wanted more time. I think maybe it expanded to 6 months instead of the condensed 3 months, because 3 months is not a lot of time to learn everything.
Yeah.
But I did it, and it was like what do you call it? It was just powering through everything, trying to digest as much as I could.
Yeah.
And then after processing everything. What was your,
I guess, to dive into that more, what was you hoping to get out of it? Like, obviously hopefully learn a lot of fundamental stuff within DJing.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm asking that, like, what's something that you was hoping to get, through that journey, the accelerated program?
I just wanted to learn how to DJ. I obviously thought like, it was just mixing music, but then they went into the foundations of music, like actually listening to music as like reading a musician. And then how to translate that to Serato, learning about Serato, and then learning about the equipment. It's not just one equipment, you're learning about all the different brands of equipment.
That's pretty cool.
And then you're mixing for different occasions, like a lounge set or DJ prime time, or for like a wedding, you're able to cater to different events. And then they taught us about like how to market yourself and brand yourself as a DJ, as a business person.
That's
how
important.
to put a website together. And what else did we do? It was a lot. It
is a lot.
And like music editing too on Ableton, how to edit music on the computer.
Is that where you learned from?
Yeah. Oh, wow. So there's just so much like to DJing, and it's not just DJing at a club. There's so many more things that you can do with it. And that's what I did.
Wow. Congratulations. I had a good time watching you go through that process.
Oh, and you came to my graduation too.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
so proud of you. I mean, it was great to see you. I mean, I see you play at home, but for you to, I think that was probably one of the first time you were like at an event. It looks like from
Yeah.
It was it.
Oh, the first time at
First
a
time
bar.
At a bar, yeah, or something.
Yeah,
I thought it was cool. Yeah. Anyways, well, that was like, it was just made me proud because like I know I see you putting in the work and your excitement, right? And I do see you, do zone out and get lost in DJing. So I think that's great, and I ever since you stopped dancing, I always wanted you to find something similar to that where you could love and find joy, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this:
Mhm.
just because you graduated from a DJ school,
Yeah.
can you officially call yourself a DJ, or is it like when can you call yourself a DJ? I want to ask you that. What's your opinion? Like,
I
you know,
think when can you?
yeah, when
I
can
feel
you
like,
feel like? When did you feel like you can consider yourself a DJ? Because like like for me, I'll probably have a different opinion on when you could call yourself a b-boy, or I mean,
Yeah.
like what do you some stuff that you need to kind of check off the list, or
I think it's up to the person, but for me, it's like when you do your first gig.
well, yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
when you're with people, you're DJing with equipment for people to listen and to dance to. But then, like I said,
I
like
like
when I
that.
did Freestyle Fridays, like I was playing music. I wasn't a DJ yet.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call myself a DJ yet. And then before graduating from Scratch LA, I did like a retirement party.
Oh, yes,
and
right.
and also like 2 retirement parties. But then I
That's
wouldn't call
right.
myself a DJ. Like I was still playing music for other people.
And that's when a breaking crew recruited you.
Yeah, and then then I was a DJ. But even like when I said, "Oh, my DJ name," like I didn't feel it yet. But even they're
Yeah.
like, "Okay, give yourself a DJ name." I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, djdangadang is what I wanted to be." But
Why? Let me say that before that. Why did you want to call yourself DJ Danga?
well, my dancer name was Danga. Yeah, and then I said if I ever was gonna be DJ, it would be DJ Dang Dang.
Yeah.
It sounds like
Dang.
it's like 80s hip hop kind of,
I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's cool.
I just like the sound of it. The sound of
Oh,
it.
okay.
Dang dang, and then you gotta say it like that.
All right.
But yeah, like even when I created the name for myself, I still didn't feel like I'm a DJ yet until
Yeah.
like I put in the work and then
Love that.
grew into it.
Because that is true. You know, with anything, you do have to put in the work and effort to learn the craft, right, and the culture too, and then get some experience by applying yourself. And I did see you go through that. And I'm
Yeah.
just saying. I mean, that's what was one reason why I felt like Underground Flow recruited you. Because one is we always respect all elements in hip hop, and when we find someone who has similar passion, dedication, and strive as we do, and you did. So I mean, I appreciate it. I'm just saying. I remember when I told you, like, once you book your first gig, we'll have a talk about getting you down.
Yeah.
But it was a big thing, though. I mean, it is, and it's a big thing for me too.
Yeah.
And it means a lot.
We gotta talk more about Underground Flow.
Yeah.
Because
We'll
I don't know if
dedicate
you shared what
dedicate
Underground
episode
Flow
to
is.
Underground Flow, but for now, like Danga is part of Underground Flow, a breaking hip hop crew, straight up,
Yeah.
and then DJ crew too. So yeah.
I'm honored to be a part of Underground Flow.
Yeah. Okay. Well, speaking about booking gigs, what's some of your favorite gigs that you booked so far as a DJ?
My favorite gig.
Yeah, some of them. It doesn't have to be the main one.
Okay.
Some of them.
Well, I have 2 that come to mind.
Yeah.
The first one is MS Walk.
Yes. I remember that.
I remembered after
Yeah.
I graduated from Scratch, the MS Walk was 1 month after, and DJ Haba, who was my teacher at Scratch LA, he's like, "Why don't you DJ there?" And I was like,
That's right.
like really? Like right after the MS Walk at Long Beach is such a big walk where all MSers come together, all the MSers and their families come together to walk to bring awareness to MS and to raise money. And it was like the idea of that was such a big event that I didn't feel I was ready.
Yeah.
But my teacher, DJ Hapa, was like, "No, you're ready. Like, we'll just get like a tent or something. You could just DJ there." I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, maybe I could do that." And then they talked to the coordinators there, and they're like, "We would love to, but it's a little bit too late." It was like a month, like a month away. But they're like, "Definitely next year." And then the year after that was COVID, so I
Yeah.
couldn't even do that. So I had to wait
That's right.
maybe like 3 years until I was able to DJ at the Miswak live in person. And yeah, I did it for the past 2 years, 3 years.
2 years. I lost
I
count.
know, me too.
I lost count. It's true. Like you were supposed to do it during 2020 and COVID hit. That
Yeah.
didn't happen. But I feel like it
21?
gave you time to kind of like
Oh,
train more
22,
too. So
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it meant a lot to me because it was my first really big gig, and it was for my community, right?
Yeah.
I was able to bridge DJing and MS communities together, and I thought that was really memorable.
Yeah. And you did it for the love of it.
And I did it for the love of it.
Mhm.
Can I tell one more?
Yeah.
Oh my-
yeah.
Okay,
feel free to say as many as you want.
one more. These are like in the beginning of my my DJ career, but I got to DJ at Nam. Like, Nam is like a really big music event
That's right.
where musicians come from all over the world to this one event. This one, it was in Anaheim, and it was funny because I didn't know how big it was. I didn't know how big it was. All the famous DJs get to DJ there. A lot of
That was dope.
yeah,
It's like a convention, right?
yeah.
Like, oh, yeah.
And then DJ Hapa asked me. He invited like maybe 6 or 7 DJs to perform at the Roland booth, and then
That's cool.
I was like, Nam. I was calling it the wrong name. I was like, "Oh, I'm performing at Nam," and they're like, "Nam." I was saying it incorrectly, but I didn't know anything about this event, and it turned out to be like a pretty big event, and I was honored to DJ there.
What does it stand for? Is it NAM? Is the name or
No, it's like,
National something?
yeah, I don't even know that.
Association
It's like
of Music?
National Association of Music. I don't know. Please don't. Oh
okay.
gosh, don't at me. I don't know what it is,
We'll
but
figure it out and put it
it's
in the
big.
bio.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna describe.
It's okay. I mean,
I'm just kidding.
I don't blame you. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
something-
sometimes you forget.
I didn't
Sometimes
know. I
you
just
know
know
what
the
it's
name.
called.
Yeah,
you know what
but
I
I
mean?
didn't know.
Okay. So like,
But yeah, that was one
Okay.
of my a
One of them,
memorable
right?
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
and have you done many? DJ Danga have done many gigs after that as well.
Yeah.
Those just to name a few.
Those
right?
are memorable.
Since you've been DJing for a while now, and you've done a lot of different type of gigs, a lot of different type of audience too. So, what's your favorite type of music to play, like genre or like even like audience type of audience or timing? You know what I mean? Like what is it? I'm interested.
I love funk music, but I love to mix funk and hip hop together.
Okay.
That type of sound. Like,
Okay.
I do love hip hop.
Like soul funk.
I love something that makes you want to dance. I
Oh,
know,
yeah.
like, funk and disco
Brown.
always makes you want to like bounce and dance.
Okay.
But like mashing it up with hip hop stuff or making it more modern so it doesn't sound so old.
I see you.
Like a little bit time of fusing those sounds together.
Okay. How about their audience? What kind of audience? Young, older generation, your type of people, dancers to
My type of people. I do love dancers. I just like anybody that dances and that loves music. It could be old people, it could be young people, it could be anyone that loves to dance.
Okay.
I think that's who I love to share with.
And I know I've experienced this too, and I experienced it happened to you. Usually when you are a DJ for DJing and playing music for many different type of audience, you do get some people who will come up to you and like, hey, can you play blah blah? Can you play this, or do you have this? Can you play this next? I guess I'm asking you, do you like that? Do you have I guess feeling toward that does that mean that you're not catering to the audience, or does that just mean that you know yeah, what is it? Is it just special requests, or is it for you? How do you feel about that?
Oh, it's all of those things.
Okay.
I mean, people want to hear things that they're familiar with. So it's always like stuff they hear in the radio. So you wouldn't like to hear special requests, like if you're at a club or something.
Yeah.
But if I'm like at an event and people are requesting that, I'll take it into consideration because that's what the people want to hear. So I'm like, okay, I'll try to work it in.
Okay.
But if they're drinking and then it's like, I don't want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's good to know what the audience wants to hear.
Yeah.
I think it's helpful.
Yeah. Do you?
Because sometimes I'm like,
do you think audience shouldn't do that? Like
I'll put like a piece of paper.
No
you could write.
That's cool.
But
I like that. Yeah,
I'm not.
So you're willing to work for it. I mean, you're willing to collaborate. Pretty much allow to have their opinion to have some sort of effect in terms of how the mix would hopefully generate to become.
Yeah.
So if they want to like play Bruno Mars, but slowly we'll transition to some Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
That will work. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a pretty good DJ. I'm not gonna lie.
Like,
that's a really good DJ. Because I'm just saying you're not Xing out, but you're able to still eventually get what works so that type of people enjoy it.
And it makes them happy, right?
Yeah.
And then if they're having a good time, it'll bring more energy, right? And
true.
Yeah, so I'm not
That's right.
I'm not opposed to song requests, special requests.
Okay. I'm just saying because when I DJ and I get it, I'm like I kind of like, really? I mean, come on, people are dancing like, oh, you want me to play your music? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, what? You know what I mean? But I'm just like, I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually, you're right about that. You eventually would slowly try to gravitate to some type of music that attracts them as well. But
but not all the time. But if they're like asking
go to
all the
silent
time.
disco, go to that. No, this is a live DJ event. No, I'm joking too. All right, but anyways, so okay. Being a DJ, you've been a DJ for how long now?
19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 5 years, 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
You play with it.
I feel like a
play
newbie,
with it.
like,
I know, but you played with it a little before you counted those years. Because I seen you try to DJ, but I'm saying I'm assuming when you graduated from scratch.
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah, I think it's when I graduated.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. I thought you'd been DJ for longer than that.
No.
Oh, okay. I wasn't counting, but I don't know. I guess what I'm saying, for you as a DJ, what does it mean to be a DJ? Like, what does that mean to you? You know what I mean? As a DJ from your experience and your journey so far.
I think it means being able to work with music, love music, understand music, and how to communicate your perception of music to other people, how to share energy with whoever's listening. Using music to express yourself, basically. In any shape or form.
Music.
Live or mixes or...
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah.
I like that.
Anyway.
Okay. So, for you as a DJ, if you have to go back, right? Like, let's say, not to go back, but now you know what you know now from your own message on, like, what would you tell your younger self? Like, your younger self. What you learned from DJing? What's the message that you would like to share to your younger self?
It would be to keep creating. It might change as the years go by. Like for me, it went from dancing to DJing. Who knows what the next chapter of creating for myself is. So it's just it might shift to something different, but the creating aspect is still there. So just keep creating.
Keep creating.
And
I love that.
Finding yourself.
So if you have to give that message to a younger person, would you say the same thing? Just keep creating.
Yeah. Keep learning about yourself. Keep growing. Keep creating.
I love it. Because that's what hip hop do a lot.
And that's how you find yourself, right? If you're constantly creating, you're finding things that you love to do, your style. The more you do it, and it forms you in a way.
It generate who you come. I hear you. Good. I mean, like I said, I at least from my experience with hip hop, being a b-boy too, it allows you to create someone who you want to be. So would you say that something for you as a DJ? Because there's nobody out there like DJ Dangadang. You know what I mean? The type of music that you spin, the type of vibe that you rock and so on. So, do you think that for a DJ? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
The same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like also like don't be afraid to try new things. I know this goes with anything. Like sometimes you want to have the perception of looking like on top of your game or accommodating to what's popular right now, but
that's right.
Or like waiting to be perfect. Like just keep creating, even though it's not perfect. Make the mistakes, and the more you create, the more you'll refine yourself, and it'll eventually perfect itself.
I like that. Like
in
trust the
that
process.
moment. Yeah.
Right. Trust the process. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Last question I want to ask.
I'm having such a good time.
Last question I just want to ask.
Even though I feel like I'm not like expert DJ. I still feel like I'm still a student. I'm still learning.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the hip hop
Yeah.
journey. You have to still be a student no matter what. That's part of growth and creativity.
Yeah.
I hope people, get checked and remind themselves on that too. 'Cause, I mean, I have to remind myself sometimes. That's all.
I didn't know what your last question is, but there was something like I said, like I'm still learning and growing.
Yep.
And something that I still go through is like imposter syndrome. Like even though like I've been DJing for like 5 years, which blows my mind.
Yeah.
Like whenever I get hired to do a gig, and then I start to like question like my value.
But
and
you
then
did so good.
I know, and that's something that I need to.
It's okay. I feel
work
like
on.
that's something that I feel like that's something that you eventually learn to adapt with to overcome. But it's natural because that's just you just checking yourself to be better.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm saying. Because sometimes I do certain gigs and so on, and like I trip out too. But I realize that dude, I spent hours and hours to better my craft and look. That's why I'm here sometimes. So I guess what I'm saying, you just sometimes you have to remind yourself that you're worth it, and
Yeah.
you're there for a reason. I guess my question, I know it might not be important, but I just want to ask, like,
It's important.
hip hop.
Oh, hip
What
hop.
comes first? The music? Do you think?
Yeah, it's like the chicken and the egg.
What
Which
comes
comes
first?
first? I feel like, yeah, the music comes first.
Okay.
In my head, it's like the music is a heartbeat. That's what's gonna spark all of the other things. It's gonna, like let the other things flow. The lyrics, the dance, whatever it is. But for me, it's like the music first, the
I like
heartbeat.
There you go, y'all. That's DJ Dangadang. Where can people contact you and find who you are on social media or whatever? Shout it out.
You can check out my website at djdangadang.com.
Beautiful
You can
website.
listen to my mixes on Soundcloud. I have a bunch of music mixes on there. I like to I like to do word theme mixes, right? So then I always ask you to like give me a theme of the day, and then I'll record it, and then like when I'm working out the next day, I'll like listen to the mix and kind of like critique it. And then I usually share it on SoundCloud. So there's a bunch. There's like funk mixes. I have this workout series. What else? I did a COVID mix that I recorded. West mix. Yeah, Kanye.
Underground Flow 20-year anniversary mix.
I had
that's one of my favorite.
Black Lives Matter mix.
Yeah, you did. You're pretty creative.
That was
lots of different variety of music there. And I feel like I hope people will check it out because you will find something that definitely will attract you to do something or enjoy. That's what.
Yeah. So, djdangadang at gmail.com. There's
gmail.com.
Yeah, that's where you can contact me. I'm on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm everywhere.
And you're available for what type of job?
24/7.
24/7. But what are you interested in like, booking? I'm interested.
I'm not.
I've seen you done small events, big events,
some bars,
DJ events, bar events. You did some weddings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you've done a variety of everything. I mean, you spent at a dance event before too.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting.
Yeah.
You'll have a variety of choices, but shout some out that you're interested right now.
I do like doing like outside events, markets,
outdoor events. I love that
stuff. It's a little bit low pressure, and the people that I've worked with,
ambiance kind of vibe.
The people that I work with know about my condition too and are very accommodating. So I like those, low pressure, setting the vibe of your event type of things are some of my top choices. But then also I've been able to do stuff online when like someone hired me to do when Zoom, when people start coming in, like I was able to do like
Zoom meeting groups
mixes
mix for them
in the beginning and at the end of the
that's pretty cool.
So that's
the time we live in now, right? You could DJ for so many different type of environment, type of gigs and so on. I mean, music is so key and powerful to life. So with that said, DJ Danga Dang, do you have a message, any last message before you want to leave off? I mean, I will share mine. Just to listen to you, I will say it's important to always find joy in whatever you do. I'm always bring back to that because that is definitely something that will carry you through a lot of hard times and a lot of happy times. So that's really key. And talking to you just made me realize about all my journey of what I like to do and remind me, am I on the right path? And I realize that, I do enjoy everything I do right now. So I am you gave me a reminder that joy is such an important thing. Whatever that means to you, whether it's happiness, just pure happiness, laugh, or zoning out and be able to find some sort of meditation form of happiness or joy. All right. So that's just me. I just want to share that. So
ooh, I like that. I wanted to do joy too, but I also have another message. I think when I stopped dancing, it was hard for me to believe that I could do something else, right? And like to ever think that I could DJ was like out of my head, but I wanted to DJ and I just put in the work. So I think if you wanted whatever you want to be, I think what you need is like a vision and consistency. It's like if you want to be something, like know what you want and then just put in the work. Like you don't have to have the talent. Like if you have the talent, that's like a plus. But if you have your vision and then you put in the work, the consistency every day, you'll get to where you need to be. I think that's what helps. So whatever you want to be, have your vision and consistency.
DJ Danga Dang, y'all.
Yeah, bye.
Shout out to DJ Danga Dang. With that said, we'll leave it off there. Those are some powerful words you just dropped. I hope that inspired you. Or if not, share with someone who you think might need those words. But anyways, thank you so much for
Thank you,
tuning in. We
guys.
appreciate y'all. We're still learning. We're still growing with y'all. And thank you so much for being here and being part of Hmongipino. We love y'all. We are totally out.
Love you. Bye.